while filming a variety
called
show.
my ex-girlfriend for the show's
I
effect.
thought she had blocked me
But
long
her
ago.
just weak voice.
Do you want to get
came
back
through
together?
the phone.
I exploded. I could only force myself
Can
to
you
ask.
lend me
Later, she
100,000
pinned
yuan?
me against the wall
I
and
had
asked,
many
"Shall we get back
100,000
together?"
yuan.
For the past 3
Under
years,
my
I'll give
agent's
them
forceful
all variety
intervention.
show.
Because there was
the
a
recording
script.
went smoothly.
But for the sake of
the
the show's
host
effect,
suddenly proposed a
it
game.
was to have each
Call the
guest
first contact
make
in
a
their
phone
private
call
phone,
borrow
and they could not
100,000
say
yuan.
this
The
was
segment
being
was
recorded.
not in the script.
At first,
But
I
after
did not
seeing
think
my
much
own
of
phone
it.
handed
My
over,
pupils shook.
damn.
The first contact
Was
was
my
my phone.
ex-girlfriend.
I signaled
Ma
my
Chenxi, but
agent
she
with
did
my
not
eyes
seem to
and
get
even
it.
smiled silently,
I lost
cheering me
all
on.
hope.
After the previous
And
guest finished the
successfully
call,
borrowed
the phone was being
100,000.
mirrored to
It
the
was
big
my
screen,
number
but
was
the contact
censored.
note was not
I
censored
had no
on the
way
screen.
to
I could only
improvise
force myself to
and
unlock
call
the
the
phone.
first number under
Luckily,
everyone's
I had
gaze.
not directly
But I
saved
saved
her
her
with
little
a hamster
hamster
who loves
so as
hawthorn
long as
slices.
Ma
I
Chenxi
would
did
not be
not
exposed.
my hand
and trembled
and I
slightly.
prayed to every god in
hoping
my
Ma
heart
Chenxi had blocked
or
me
had
long ago.
changed her
But
phone
the call
number.
not only
It was
went
even
through.
answered.
Hello? Ma Chenxi's slightly
Echoed
hoarse
through
voice.
the
My
whole
mind went
studio.
completely
The host
blank
was still
and
watching
mouthed
the drama.
excitedly to the
As a
cameraman,
girl's voice,
making it
Chen
worse.
Zi.
I held my breath and did not
Ma
dare
Chenxi's
answer.
voice
Sounded
then
a little
softened a
impatient.
little.
Why are you
I
calling
still
me?
did not
And
dare
looked
answer.
desperately at my
My
agent below
agent's
the
face
stage was no
She
better
spread
than
her
mine.
hands.
Speechless look that said,
You did not
broke up
delete her
and did
content
not
that I
block
kept
her.
silent.
Ma Chenxi suddenly asked, "Do you want to
small
get back
gasp
together?"
broke out
The
at the
audience
scene.
all looked ready
I was
to gossip.
afraid
and
Ma
drag out
Chenxi
something
would
else. I could
continue.
only force myself to speak.
Can you lend me 100,000
There was probably a
yuan?
3-second pause
You
on
called
the phone.
me just to borrow money?
I looked at the people there.
I will
wanting
pay
to
back
cry.
right away.
I am. Ma
Beep,
Chenxi
beep, beep.
did not leave
And hung
me
up
any
directly.
face. The atmosphere became a
No
little
one made
subtle.
a sound.
Everyone
It was
looked at one
extremely
another.
awkward.
Eyes reddened
I
unconsciously.
felt, but I could
looked
understand
when we
it.
broke up
I
back
chose the way
then.
that
hurt Ma Chenxi
that she was
the
willing
most.
to answer my
It's
call
already
today.
more than
Seeing
enough
the awkward
kindness.
atmosphere,
The host immediately changed the
began
topic
mirroring
to
the
lighten
third
things
guy's
up
silently
and was
lowered
about
my
to
head
exit the phone
when
mirroring.
a payment text suddenly popped
On
up.
August 5th, 2022,
Initiated a
Ma
RMB
Chenxi in the amount
transfer
of
to your
1
bank
million
account.
yuan.
After
verifying
in
it,
an
my
old
brain was
brain
done.
circuited.
Then everyone
So
there
I
saw it
opened
through
it
the big
directly.
screen. Saw that
The
transfer
whole place
record.
exploded.
She actually
1
transferred
million?
me
I
1
was
million
so shocked.
directly.
Even
My
the
mind
host
went blank
forgot
and
her
asked
professionalism.
hesitantly,
Is the
"This
Ma
Ma
Chenxi we know
Chenxi?"
right?
My scalp went
And
numb.
I quickly denied it
These
3
years,
times.
Ma Chenxi had been doing
Her
better
fan
and
base
better
was
if
huge.
entertainment
The
was
fact
dug
that
up.
I
I
would
would be mocked.
Probably
into the
my
center of the
agent
earth.
contacted
So
the
the host
chief
reacted
director
very quickly
and immediately steered the topic to
After
the next
recording
person.
the show, my
legs
agent
went weak.
immediately pulled
After
me
getting
away.
in the car,
My
I was
agent told the
surprised.
driver to
Scolded
start
me in
driving.
frustration.
What were you
Chenzo, after
thinking?
breaking up, you did not delete
After
her
my
contact.
agent
I
bombarded
looked
me
at
for
her
5
with an
minutes.
expression worse than
Am
crying.
I really completely
Sister
finished
Xiao
this
Wen,
time?
seeing me like this, my
Angry
agent was
and
truly
helpless.
furious.
I must have
My
owed you in
agent
my
began
past life.
calling people
She
to
told the
clean up
company
my
PR
mess
team
and
to
keep an
prepare.
eye on public
The
opinion
moment
at
any
all
rumor
times.
about
They had to
me and
handle
Ma
it
Chenxi
minimally,
appeared,
but
impact.
even though we were
It was
fully
still
prepared
exposed.
before I even got home, I was on
Expiry
Weibo's
18th
hot tier
search.
artist
Ma
Chen
Chenxi
Zi
and
did
Chen
not
Zi
star
getting
Ma
together.
Chenxi for a while.
My Weibo was flooded with
The
Ma
comments
Chenxi's
exploded.
fans, many
all
too ugly
insulting
to
me
look at.
for
As
leeching
I
off
read them,
Ma
I
Chenxi's
gradually
popularity
fell silent
and took my phone
and
away.
tried to cover
I
me
smiled
with a few
calmly.
words. Sister Xiao
Give me the
Wen,
phone.
I am
I
fine.
will return the money to Ma
Compared with
Chenxi.
what happened
These
back
comments
then,
so
was
actually
still far from
my
it.
emotions
After
did
my
not
agent
fluctuate
gave
me
me
the
the transferred
phone.
the money back to
After
Ma
transferring
Chenxi
it back
and deleted Ma Chenxi's
Sister
contact.
Xiao
After
Wen was
breaking up,
right. You should completely
the
die
contact
in each
should have
other's
been
world.
deleted
After turning
long
off my
ago.
phone, I
2
slept
days
at
later,
home
my
for 2
agent
days.
dragged me out of bed.
I got you
Get
a
up.
drama roll.
My agent stuffed several
I
thick
was still
scripts
half
into
asleep.
my
My brain had
arms.
not reacted yet.
The third
What
male
drama?
lead in a costume drama.
But he has scenes with the
Prepare
female lead.
well. Chenzo,
This may be our last chance to turn things around.
I looked at the scripts
and my
in my
agent's
arms.
words echoed in
My
my
last
mind.
chance to turn
I will
things
take it.
around.
I will take
I
it.
remembered the promise Ma
We
Chenxi
agreed
and
to
made
work
back
hard
then.
separately,
Although we had
and
already
meet
at the
at the
top,
already standing at the top
I
now.
could not let down the agent who had
Regarding
never
my
given up on
sudden
my
improvement.
agent was very
After I
pleased.
spent the whole night finishing
I
the
took the
script,
initiative and told
This
my
third
agent
male
I
lead
wanted to learn
had
horse
quite a
riding.
few
Many
riding
thought
scenes
these riding
or
stunt
simply
doubles.
fake horse
The
models.
director planned to find a double for my
Since
riding
I had
scenes.
decided to
I
run my
wanted to
career
do my
properly,
best.
the first step was learning
My
to ride a
agent
horse.
signed me
and
up
said
at
she
an
had spent
equestrian
heavily
club
out of
time
pocket
to find me a
I
gold
was
medal
moved
coach
to
and
tears,
made a
saying
vow she would be my agent
when the
for
agreed
life.
riding lesson time
I
came,
arrived at the
following
scene.
the coach proudly and
But when we
confidently.
reached the riding
I
ground, I
unexpectedly
looked
ran
into
into
Ma
galloping
Chenxi,
freely.
who was
Damn it.
riding there.
I could even run into her
When
at a
did the
riding
world
lesson.
become this small? I hid, uncovered myself.
So while the coach
Afraid
explained the
Ma Chenxi
pre-class
would trust
instructions,
me to
I was
panic and
absent-minded.
unminded.
Luckily,
The coach immediately
The fifth
soothed
coach
the
told
horse
me to
and
dismount
calmed
and
it
rest.
down.
The lounge.
Footsteps came
I
from
looked
behind
over
me instinctively.
Ma Chenxi
It was
steps.
Ma Chenxi.
She
She
held
held
a
a
riding
riding
crop
crop
in her hand with
This was
cold
our
eyes.
first face-to-face meeting in 3
My
years.
mind instantly
Ma
went
Chenxi
blank.
just looked at me for a
Then
long time.
sneered.
You
Chen
stirred me up on your own.
You really
then
are
blocked
getting more
me.
and more
Her
capable.
expression looked like a
But I
smile,
knew that was how
but
she
not a
reacted when
smile.
extremely
I was just
angry.
about
Ma
to explain.
Chenxi
had already continued
leaving only
walking
one sentence.
forward.
Mental
Then
preparation.
we
Better
settled
make.
new grudges
Since
and
that
old
day,
debts
I
together.
deliberately
Ceased
avoided
riding
Ma
lessons.
Before I
Times.
finished my riding
We never
lessons,
met
I
again.
knew Ma Chenxi
But 1
was
hour
the
before
female
filming
lead.
started,
I am not
Sister
taking
Xiao's
this drama
agent
anymore.
only glanced at me
You have
lightly.
already signed
There is
the
no room
contract.
to go back
My
on
scalp
it.
went
I
numb
restrained my
and tried to
uneasy
reason with my
emotions.
agent.
Sister Xiaowen,
You
why
know,
I so badly do not
to
want
do
to
with
have
Ma
anything
Chenxi.
more. And that is exactly why
The
I took
entertainment
it.
industry
Chen
is
now
now
only this
Chenxi
big
is at her
Do you
peak.
think it is possible to avoid meeting her
Rather than
completely?
doing
It is
that,
better to be open about it. You two have
What exactly
already
are you
broken up.
afraid of?
I looked at my agent.
There are
Unable
some
to
things
answer.
I could
I
not say
understood
to
what
her.
my agent said was
Actually,
right.
I
I
understood
just
it
could not get
myself
past
with
that
an
barrier
uneasy
in my
heart.
heart. I arrived on
and
set.
saw Ma Chenxi in the
She
crowd
stood
at a
there with a
glance.
somewhat cold
The director was
expression,
talking
as
to
if
her.
sensing that I was
Ma
looking at
Chenxi
her. Our
looked
eyes
toward
met.
me.
Only after several
And
seconds did I
immediately
react
looked
until the
away.
opening ceremony ended
We
and
did not
filming
communicate
officially
one of
started.
us
was in group
A,
probably because
and the
I had
other
not
in
so
group
even
B.
though I
Too
knew
long.
my lines
My condition was
perfectly,
still
I
very
could not
bad.
get into
The
character
director
well.
gradually
And I was
lost
scolded
patience.
several
Fortunately,
times.
I did not
After
have
filming,
many scenes
I
on the
returned
first
to the
day.
hotel to review
I
the
had
script.
suddenly
My
become
agent
so
was very
encouraging
urging me a few times,
leaving only
she
me
went
in the
to handle
hotel
after
arranged by the
dinner.
crew.
I stayed
Going
alone
through
in
the
the
script
room
by
around
myself
11
to
at
find
night.
the feeling.
Through the
Someone
peephole,
knocked on the
I
door.
saw it was Ma
For a
Chenxi.
moment, I panicked.
It is fine. As long as I do not
She can
open
do
the door or
nothing
make
to
a
me.
sound.
Deep breaths and
After
steady
Ma
myself.
Chenxi knocked a
and
few
saw
more times,
that no one opened
I
the
relaxed
door.
more
She
and
gradually
more
lost
patience.
patience.
Through the peephole, I saw Ma
The next
Chenxi
moment,
take out her
my
phone.
phone ringtone
I
echoed
thought,
through the room.
Damn it.
I rushed over in
Picked
panic.
up the phone and hung
There
up
was no
directly.
save
It
the
was
name.
an unknown
The
number.
other side called again.
Then I
and I still
hurriedly
hung up.
turned on
The next
silent
moment,
mode.
a text
I know
message
you are
came
inside.
in.
Open the door.
This phone number belonged to
She
Ma
had changed her
Chenxi.
phone
Before
number.
I had time to think
Ma
about it.
Chenxi started
And the
knocking
knocks
again.
grew
Many
heavier
crew members
and heavier.
were
I
staying
really
in
did
this
not
relationship
want
with Ma Chenxi
helpless,
to be
but I did
speculating
not
about
let her
her.
in.
I
Door.
cautiously stuck my head out
Why
and
did you
glanced
come to
outside.
find
Are you sure
me?
you want to talk to me here?
Helpless, I let her
The
in.
first thing Ma Chenxi said
I heard
after
you were out of
entering
form
was
today.
and got scolded by the director
So
several
Ma
times.
Chenxi had come
Yes,
specially to
are
laugh
you
at
satisfied
me.
now?
If you are satisfied,
But Ma
leave
Chenxi
quickly.
acted as
After
if she
looking
had
around
not
the
heard. She
room,
picked up the script I had
and
casually
flipped
thrown
which
on the
part
bed.
has the wrong emotion.
What do you want to do?
Help you run lines.
What
Of
else
course.
could I do?
Ma Chenxi looked up
Her
at me.
face looked as if she
No
bore no
way.
grudge.
Was she really
The
this
things
kind?
I did to her 3 years
If
ago.
I were her,
forget never seeing each other
I
again.
might
Even strike back.
Plus, that day
brutally.
at the equestrian
She
club,
said she would settle new
it
and
was
old
hard for
grudges
me to
with me.
believe.
She
I
has
stepped
truly
forward
come to help
and
me.
pulled
Pulled
the
the
script
and
from her
pointed
hands.
at
I
the
do
door.
not need you
Get
to help
out.
me
I
run
can do it
lines.
myself.
Compared with my emotional
Ma Chenxi
swings,
seemed very calm.
选择 you've been washed up for
This
3
time
years.
is your only chance to turn
Do I
things
have to
around.
teach you
Do you
even
think
this?
if you still cannot get into character
The
tomorrow,
director will not
Ma
replace
Chenxi's
you,
tone was
but it
neither light
instantly
nor
made my
heavy.
nose
She
sting.
was
I
right.
understood it myself.
Enough.
Which was
Do
why
not
I
be
was
sad.
being
Emotions
so
are
hard
useless
on myself.
on me
Ma Chenxi
now.
picked up the script
Without
again.
looking at me, she
And
said,
do not think
"Put
I
your
have
emotions
ulterior
away."
motives.
I really wanted to kick you,
You
while
would
you
not
were
have
down.
even attended the opening ceremony
Chenze,
this afternoon.
You are too
Taking
weak now.
revenge on you would bring
I
no
quickly
pleasure.
recovered
Then
my
took the
emotions.
script, flipped through a few
I'm
pages,
stuck at
and
this
handed
part.
it back to Ma
Forget it.
Chenxi.
I have nothing left to be pretentious about
nothing
now.
to be
Why
afraid
not use
of.
free labor?
Putting other things
Ma
aside,
Chenxi's acting was so good.
she had won quite a few awards in the
and
past 2
gradually
years.
gained a place with
In
Ma
film
Chenxi
and
helping me
television.
run lines.
My
and
filming the
analyze
next day
emotions
went very
every
smoothly.
night passed in
Ma
one
Chenxi
shot.
came
Still to
again.
help me run lines.
Although this character is the
His
third
setup
male
is
lead,
very
he's
likable.
someone focused only on
In
his
recent
career.
years,
Audiences have liked
as
this
long
kind
as
of
you acted
character
it
well.
getting a wave of attention. Your
I
agent has
understand
put
that
the
the
following
following
days.
days, Qianxi basically came
Except
every day
when
to
she
help
actually
me
run
I
lines
had already fully
and
entered
no
the role
longer
by
needed
now
to
to
run
run
lines.
lines.
Probably
But she did
understood
not
that too,
expose
nor
me
did she point out my
to
greedy
this tiny
attachment.
bit
The
of
filming
warmth.
process went
In the blink
smoothly.
of an eye, It was
This
time for
drama
my
is the
scenes
story of
with
the
Ma
female
Chen
lead
Shi,
who travels
a noble
outside.
young lady is destroyed
In order to
overnight.
find out the truth behind her
She does
family's
not hesitate
ruin,
to use the
and
second
finally
and
comes to
third
know
male
and
leads
stay
together.
with the male
She
lead.
wants justice
and
for
she
her
wants
clan.
the enemy's family
And I
to
play the
pay
second
price.
male lead's
concubine
younger
mother was
brother,
falsely accused
and
of
was
adultery
even
by a
I also
second
want
male
justice
mother.
as we ran lines
My scenes
almost
opposite
every
Ma
day.
Chen-shi were
Every
especially
take
smooth,
satisfied
especially
the
the
director.
writing scenes between
Neither
Ma
of
Chen-shi
us
and me.
needed
So
doubles
in
at
terms of
all.
camera
And
angles,
every
things to pay
expression
attention
could
to.
be
Filming
perfectly
went the director
presented.
was
That
in a
night,
very good
he
mood,
said
and
that
the
the
crew
crew
have a
ended
dinner
work
gathering
early.
to relax.
The
He
director
held
was a
wine
little
glass
drunk,
and
to be
found in
honest.
the corner.
At first, I really did not want
Although
to.
I only care about
and
acting
do not
skills,
care
you had
about
not acted
traffic.
for 3 years.
It was your agent who came to me again
asking
and
me
again
to give you an
You
audition
did not
chance.
disappoint
I am very
me.
satisfied. I will look for you again
Listening
in my
to the
next
director's
drama.
words, I
Stung.
filled my glass and toasted the director.
I toast you.
Director, after
Thank
the
you.
dinner
The director
ended,
was
already
carried away,
dead drunk,
and I was also mostly
Everyone
drunk.
had drunk
The
quite
other
long.
main
Were taken
actors
away first by their
in the
agents
end,
or
only Ma
assistants.
Chen-shi
Let's go.
and I were left.
I will have my agent
No
drive
need.
you. I did not
I
drink
can walk
much.
by myself.
After saying that, I
It was already
staggered
late
out
at
of
night.
the
I stood
restaurant.
outside the restaurant.
My agent had
My
not
mind
come
a
today.
little
My new
foggy.
assistant would
So
only
no one
start
was
tomorrow
waiting
for
really
me
busy.
outside. So I held the pillar at the door
Took
and
out my
squatted
phone
down.
and
But
wanted
our
to
crew
call
was
a
filming
car back
in
to
a
the
rather
hotel.
remote
Not get a
place.
car at the
All
booking.
right now. Come with me. After thinking for a few
Ma
seconds,
Chen-shi's RV
I
was
nodded.
very
I sat
comfortable.
in the seat,
But I forced
drowsy.
myself not to fall
If
asleep.
you want to sleep, I will wake you
Sleep.
when we
Ma
arrive.
Chen-shi,我让一个人去 retaliate
Do you want me
against
to retaliate against
I
you that
nodded,
badly?
then shook
Ma
my head.
Chen-shi
pinched my cheek.
Can I
Neither
retaliate
gently nor
however I
hard
want?
when you retaliate against me?
Can you target
I
only
do not want
me?
to drag my agent
You
down
really know
again.
how to think about
Ma
others.
Chen-shi seemed to be
She
angry.
snorted coldly and
Then
pinched
why
my
did you
ear
not think
again.
more for me back then?
I begged you so much.
Chenza.
Were you relying on the fact that I loved you to act
I
without
had
fear?
no
Back
words.
then, to force
I
Ma
said every
Chen-shi to break
hurtful
up
and hurtful things
so
too.
I did not feel wrong
Besides,
by all
she
of
had
this
not done a
today.
single thing
But
to
we
hurt
had
me.
to break up.
If we did not,
I
Ma
would only
Chen-shi's
drag her
eyes were a
down.
little
I did
wet.
not speak again.
The
The
whole
next
way.
afternoon,
The new
assistant gently and
He,
thoughtfully
after
made
drinking
me a
it,
cup of
my
soda.
assistant
When I
and
arrived
I
on
set
set,
out for the
everyone
set.
was
As soon as I
resting.
arrived,
Someone
Hello,
handed
my
me a
name
cup
is
of
Yan.
coffee.
I am Ma Chen-shi's
My
fiancé.
Chen-shi has troubled you all
Not
recently.
far away, Ma Chen-shi
And looked
held
at
the
us
coffee.
with
My
cold
mind
eyes,
went a
and
little
I
blank.
instinctively
In the
accepted the
afternoon
coffee.
scenes, I failed
Before
to
the
enter
director
role
got
to
to
the
the
restaurant
restaurant
to
to
adjust
my
my later
state.
things went
After night
relatively
filming,
I
I
was
was
about
about
to
to
return to the hotel when
Mr.
someone
Chen,
called out
do
to
you
me.
have
Would you
time?
mind having
I
a
looked
talk
at Yan
was
Yu
silent
in front
for a
of me
moment
at the cafe.
then
Yan
nodded.
Yu had booked the whole place.
Mr.
I did
Chen,
not even
we
let
are
my
both
sister
straightforward
not beat around
people.
the bush.
I advise you to stay away from Ma
Otherwise, I
Chen-shi.
cannot guarantee
That the things in my hand will only be sent
maybe
to your
my hand
parents
will slip and
I
send
heard
them
your
to
father's
every
heart
newspaper.
surgery was very
I
successful.
just wonder whether he can take another blow.
You're there. So the thing 3 years ago was done
What
by
would I not
someone
dare
he
to
hired.
do?
For upper-class people like
Crushing
us,
a bottom-level ant like
is
you.
effortless.
I looked at Yanzu's
and clenched my
disdainful
face.
held back the thought of mutual
He was
destruction.
right. He had power
Whatever
and
he wanted to
influence.
do, someone would
But
do it
I
for
was
him.
different.
My parents and I were
With
ordinary
neither
people.
background nor
What
money.
could I do to him?
3 years ago, he demanded that
In
I break
exchange,
up
I thought
with
I had
Ma
gotten back all the
Chen-shi,
videos
but it was
and
only a
negatives.
trick he played on me.
What do you want me to do?
The same as 3 years ago.
Stay away from Ma
Chen
Chen-shi.
Ze. From childhood,
Want
till now,
something, I
when
must
I,
get it.
Yang
If I
Zuo,
cannot get it, I
do
destroy
not worry.
it.
As long as you stay far away
The
from
things
Chen-shi,
in my
will
hand
never leak out.
But if you do not behave,
Then your parents will suffer
this
too.
is a society
Then if
ruled
you have
by
evidence,
law.
you
Now,
have any,
go sue
Mr.
me.
Yan Zu. My scenes will finish in 3
After
days.
they end,
I will stay far
please
away
do not
from Ma
hurt
Chen-shi.
my
But
family.
At least you know your
When I
place.
came out of the cafe,
Yan Zu left directly.
I watched his
and
departing
everything
back.
went black
When I woke
before
again,
fainted.
I
My
was in the
agent and
hospital.
assistant were both by
How
my
could you
bed.
faint out of nowhere?
Seeing that I
My
had woken
agent
up, my
breathed
assistant
a
also
sigh
felt
of
relief.
relief.
Her
Been
eyes were
frightened.
red
I
from
sat
crying
up
and said to my assistant,
Go out
"Qing
first.
Qing,
I have something to say to
After
Sister
Jiang
Xiang
Wang
Sister
went
Xiang
out,
Wang sighed.
Qing Qing has roughly told me
Is it
everything.
related
to Ma Chen-shi?
My agent knew
But
some
she
of
did not
what
know the
happened back
details
then.
clearly.
She only knew my father
And
was
I broke up
critically
with
ill.
Ma
After
Chen-shi
staying in the
her
entertainment
judgment with
was
me
sharp
like
for
this.
many
She
years.
could guess most
Sister,
of it.
back
Back
then,
then,
2010, I was framed in a scandal
And
with
videos
8 rich
and nude
women.
photos
It was done
were
by
taken.
someone who
Those
liked
videos
Ma
and
Chenxi.
photos
were
my
sent to
father
my
became
father.
critically ill
My agent
because of
froze
that.
for a
Even
moment.
though she had been in
She was still
entertainment for many
extremely
years.
shocked
Was it that
when she
Yansu
first
person who
heard
did
it.
it?
Yes, back then he used this to
Break
demand
up
that
with
I
Ma Chenxi
in exchange
Only
for
at
the
that
negatives.
time, I did not know
He came
who he
to
was.
me just now and said it himself.
Sister,
He said he still
And if
has
he
the
gets
negatives.
angry,
Do not
he will
damn it,
expose
those
them.
gamble.
I am going to find Ma
What the
Chenxi.
hell?
He cannot get the woman, so he attacks his
Sister,
rival.
do not go.
It
I
was
am
not
begging
easy
you.
for Ma Chenxi
Ma
to
Chenxi
get where
and I
she
were
is
together
today.
in
The
college.
two of us went to film
I
cruise
know how
together
hard it was
to work
for
her
her
to
to
get
get
here.
extras,
And he
destroy
can
me.
easily
If
destroy
I go
Ma
head
Chenxi
to head
only
with him and
Ma
my
Chenxi
parents.
and my agent will also be
My
unable to
agent
escape.
looked at me. Her eyes
She
red with
asked
anger
what I
too.
planned
I
to do
roughly
next.
told her and expressed
That
my
day, agent took me
apology.
back to her home for
the
one
next
night to
few
recover.
days.
I deliberately
Soon, it was
avoided
the last
Ma
day
Chenxi
of my
scene
scene
before
what
the
we were
finale.
filming
Ma
today.
Chenxi and me.
Watching the second
After
alley,
by
all
side
eyes on
the
the
director
wall,
was
and
somewhat
wanted to hold a
reluctant
small
to
red
part
hat
with
for
me.
me.
I originally wanted
I
to
did
decline.
not want to have
But
any
the
more
director
contact with the
sincerely
agent
invited
did not
me.
refuse
At
for
dinner,
me. The director
told
earnestly
me
many heartfelt things.
The two of us talked a lot
Ma
and
Chenxi
drank
sat
quite
in the
a
corner
bit
the
after
whole
the dinner
time.
ended.
The director
was
was
after
sent away
saying
first.
goodbye to
I
everyone
stood at the
one
door
by one
waiting for my
actors
agent
playing
to
the
pick me
second
up.
female
Me
lead and
standing
came
alone
over to
at
chat
the
with
door.
me. My acting
And
was
that I was
very
someone
good.
she admired.
Mama was
Looking
still
at her
a
made me
colleague
think of
Chenxi
Mom.
from back then.
When my
Mama
hand was
still
grabbed,
wanted
Ma
to say
Chenxi's
something.
face was dark as water.
You can come
I
directly
taught him
to
his
acting.
acting.
Was a
She
smart
looked at
person
Ma Chenxi
and
holding my
understood
hand.
at
Her
once.
face flushed red.
And after saying sorry,
After I
she ran
reacted,
away.
I shook off Ma Chenxi's hand. I did not want
Where's
to
your
pay attention
assistant?
to my
To her.
attitude angered
She
Ma
came
Chenxi.
closer and forced me into
But
a
I
corner.
still did not give her a good
Ma
face.
Chenxi,
If you have a fiancé, do not
After
come
saying
provoke
that,
me again.
but
I
before I
turned
had
and
taken
left.
2 steps,
I was
Ma
pulled by
Chenxi
Ma
dropped
Chenxi
me
as
into
soon
her
as
RV.
we got in.
Ma
Let go of
Chenxi
me.
hugged me tightly.
But Ma Chenxi held me
I could
too
not
tightly.
break
But
free.
remembering Yanzu's
I
previous
did not
threat,
care that her
and
assistant
blurted
was
out
still there.
without
Get
thinking.
the hell away from
Ma
me.
Chenxi,
Saying that,
I
hearing this,
immediately
Ma
got
Chenxi
out of the
grabbed
RV
me back
just
into
as
the
the
RV
two of
Ma
us were
Chenxi's
tangled up.
assistant
Knocked on the door
Sister
tremblingly.
Chenxi.
There are reporters outside.
It seemed like we were photographed just now. When I heard
struggled
we were
again,
photographed,
wanting to get up.
pressed me back
If we were
down again.
photographed, then we were
After
photographed.
the assistant
I looked
got
at
out
our
of the
orders
car,
not far
I
away,
signed,
still craning
forget
their
the
necks.
eldest young lady does not
Whether she
rely
was
on
photographed
even
or
in
not
the
to make
relationship
money
money
anyway.
exposed
After being
I saw that
photographed.
Ma Chenxi's assistant
And even
had
closed
gone
the
out.
door
Only
behind
Ma
her.
Chenxi and I were left
And
in
our
the car.
posture was
That
so
I could not help
ambiguous, feeling
Let's talk
panicked.
properly.
Do not always try to run
Is
away.
this what talking properly
Chenxi,
looks like? Let me get out of
Tell
the
your
car now.
PR team to handle what just happened.
And I will also have my agent prepare for
cannot
it.
be exposed.
I promised
that I will
Yanzu
stay far away
if
from Ma
tonight's
Chenxi.
matter is
I
exposed,
absolutely cannot
why
bear
can it not
the
be
consequences.
exposed? Chenze,
Our matter is not being exposed for
Thanks
the
to
first
you.
time. Now when fans send me gifts, they send whole boxes of hawthorn
why can it
slices.
not be exposed?
How should I say the reason? How could I say it out loud? You have a fiancé.
If tonight's matter is reported,
Even if nothing
he will
happened between us,
misunderstand.
he will be upset
What if
too.
you two argue?
He is not my fiancé. His family has some dealings with mine, but there is nothing between
And
us.
we
have always
I did
been
not
innocent,
deny it
only
that
because
day.
I wanted
Ma
to see
Chenxi
your
looked at me
reaction and smiled
before I
self-mockingly.
answered that call that day.
I had decided to mock you harshly.
I decided not to
I
answer.
had decided that I must return to you all the things
by
you
one.
said to me
But the
3
phone
years ago.
only rang for 5
and I
seconds.
surrendered like a pathetic
When
dog.
I heard you borrowing
My
money
mind
from
ran
me,
through every kind of accident.
and in the end,
I
she
transferred
buried
you
her
the
money.
face
A
against my
warm
neck.
tear
Fell into my
Chenze,
ear. I am stuck on you.
Forget
for this
it.
lifetime. I will
I
stop
accept
struggling.
I
my
am
fate.
sorry. I
My
am sorry.
Chenxi broke
She
down.
reached
out, hugged my neck
For
tightly.
these 3 years,
and
I will
cried in
always
pain.
wake
That she stood
startled from
downstairs
dreams
at
at
midnight,
midnight,
begging not
as
to break
proud
up
as
in
she
front of
was.
me. She was always the one who
loved
lowered her
Ma
head first,
Chenxi.
and she loved me.
Stop
crying. My heart
raised
hurt.
her
Her
head,
eyes were rimmed
and there were
red.
still
I looked
tears
at Ma
in
Chenxi.
them.
I really wanted to tell
But I
her
truly
everything,
did not
regardless
have
I was
courage.
hesitating. Chenze, the
I
RV
am
door
Xiangwan.
was
Are you
knocked on
inside?
again.
I am Sister Xiangwan.
I am inside.
This time,
Ma Chenxi
and
was
I
not
pushed
prepared.
open the
After I
RV
opened
door.
the door, agent was standing
Ma
at the
Chenxi.
entrance. Your assistant just said you two were photographed.
I know. I will go public with Chenze.
Hearing that,
and
I was somewhat
instinctively
frightened.
grabbed
My
my agent's
agent
hand,
looked round.
patted my hand, and said,
After getting in
"Let's
the
get
car,
in the car."
spoke directly to Ma
Your
Chenxi.
fiancé threatened Chenze.
I looked at my agent in
She
shock.
patted my hand, signaling
She
me
turned
not
and
to
lied
worry.
to me. Only she can settle this now.
After saying that,
my agent turned
Right.
to look at Ma
Eldest
Chenxi
daughter
at
my
of the Ma
agent's
family.
formal
Ma Chenxi
address.
was not
She
very
stood up,
surprised. Her expression
Did he
tense.
hurt you?
How could I say he hurt me? 3 years ago, he had someone frame Chenze in a scandal
And
with
took
8
many
rich
photos
women
and
then
videos.
sent those things to Chenze's father.
Chenze's
father became critical almost could not
because
be
Yanzi
saved.
used those things back then as to exchange
For Chenzhe to leave you. He found
a few days
Chenze
ago
again
and threatened him with those things to
Otherwise,
stay away
he
from
would
you
send them
and
to
hurt
the
his
newspapers.
parents.
After my agent finished the last
Ma
sentence,
Chenxi's face turned
now can I
ghastly
trouble you,
pale.
old lady?
To hurry and handle this
If
matter.
your fiancé goes mad
The
later,
only one hurt would be Chenze. After my agent finished
her
speaking,
tone softened
she
a
pulled
little.
me
I
up.
will take you
Let's
back.
go.
Ma Chenxi
My
did not
agent
follow.
took me back
Take
to
a
her
proper
home
hot shower
and rest early. Sister Xiangwen, what kind of person
Hearing
is Ma
this,
Chenxi? My agent let
You know
out
the
a
Ama
long
group,
sigh.
right?
Ma Chenxi is the sole heir.
I only learned about the Ma group tonight
Do
too.
not worry. She will handle Yangsu's matter properly.
I could not sleep well in the
After
unfamiliar
leaving
environment.
Sister
I took
Xiangwen
a
and
taxi
when I got
home, someone was sitting at my
It
door,
was Ma
hearing
Chenxi.
footsteps. She raised
She
her head
somewhat
and saw me
scrambled
and
to
stared
her
at me
feet. I was
closely. After I
exhausted.
opened the door, Ma
Whether
Chenxi
she could
carefully
nodded,
asked me,
opened the door, and
then
put
went
away
straight
the
back
key,
to my room
lying
to
in
sleep.
the familiar environment.
When I woke up,
I fell
Ma
asleep
Chenxi
almost
was lying
instantly.
asleep
She had
beside
not
me,
come
but she
close
was
to me.
tightly holding
I
my
moved
hand.
a
Ma
little.
Chenxi woke up
Are you
immediately.
getting up?
I sat up and looked at
Unable
Ma
to describe
Chenxi.
what
It
I
was
felt
very bitter
inside. Has
and very
everything been
sad. It has
handled?
been handled.
Everything has been cleaned up.
I sent him to the police station
and also found a lawyer.
Without several years, he should
Then
not
Ma
even think of
Chenxi
getting
opened her
out.
arms to me.
I am sorry.
I let you get hurt. Can I hug
I
you?
nodded
Ma
instinctively.
Chenxi's eyes
She
instinctively
opened her
reddened.
arms and pulled me
I am
tightly into her
sorry.
embrace.
Ma
Chenxi kept
I am
apologizing.
sorry.
I also hugged her
As if
tightly.
I wanted
am
to press her
sorry.
into
Ma
my
Chenxi
body.
cried in my
Later,
arms.
Yangsu was
His
sentenced
family
to
also
10 years.
under Ma Chenxi's
Saw its
frenzied
performance
retaliation.
decline day by day. She
On the
posted
day,
a message
Ma
on
Chenxi
Weibo.
wrapped filming.
This is my
This
future
time,
husband.
Weibo
Only
exploded
unlike
again.
before.
I no longer needed to live in
And
fear.
Weibo was peaceful.
Ma Chenxi posted
telling
a
the
long
story
article
of how the two of us
and
met
how
and
we
after
survived
getting back
through
together
hardship.
with
I also
Ma
no
Chenxi,
longer
I had
needed
my
to contact
agent
them.
take on a large number
I
of
used
variety
my
shows
time
and
completely
endorsements.
from
sleeping
I was
so
much
working.
that I was even
Hard
busier
work
than
paid
Ma
off. Became
Chenxi.
popular
My
again.
agent also
A
left
gold
up to
medal
become with
agent
Ma
in the
Chenxi's
industry.
investment. She owned her own agency
On my
company.
birthday,
After
I
finishing a
dragged
big
my
night
tired
scene,
body
as
back
soon
to
as
the
I
hotel.
opened the door,
I
the
was
room was
stunned.
full
Door
of
was
red
closed
roses.
by
He came out
someone.
from behind the door and hugged me.
Happy
Chenze,
birthday.
may every birthday of yours
These
have me in
flowers
it.
must have cost
Ma
you
Chenxi
quite a
gave
lot.
soft
And
took
took
out a ring box, holding it in
sincerely
her
asked
palm.
me,
Will you
Mr.
marry
Chenze,
me? From now on, my money
and
is
your
your
money
money.
is still
I looked
your
at
money.
Ma Chenxi's
We
face.
started dating
And
in
today,
our
it
freshman
had been
year.
exactly
Our
9
love had not
years.
faded after being
Instead,
washed
it
by
had
time.
become
I
even
smiled
stronger
with
and more
paradise.
passionate.
You are mine too.